YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video we have some breaking news with defensive end Montez Sweat. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case our Washington Commanders. Let's get straight into today's video. So Washington and just the NFL in general is finally, I would say, we're back in a way. Yeah, it's still the off season, but it's March now, and you know that's where we tend to get back to business, if you will. The new league year is starting soon. I think free agency is March 16th. I could be wrong, but I believe it's March 16th. The combine is in 2 days, and then the draft. So we're typically this is the start of the new league year. We're almost there where it's the start of the new league year. And coaches and players are starting to get off of their breaks, or more so the coaches are starting to get off their break and get back to work to rebuild their current team. And that's where we insert head coach Ron Rivera. So as we know, Ron Rivera is in Indy along with Martin Mayhew, are all in Indianapolis for the combine. And they were talking about their interviews, or they were having interviews, and there was some questions that came up regarding the team, obviously. And a main guy was Terry McLaurin and Montez Sweat. Now, the thing with Terry McLaurin, we will be meeting with Terry McLaurin, Ron Rivera will be meeting with Terry McLaurin tomorrow to discuss whatever, whether it's a new contract or just at least to see where Terry's head's at for the future. In my opinion, Terry McLaurin is probably the only guy on this team, and maybe Cole Holcomb, as far as the guys' contracts that are coming down the pipe. Terry McLaurin is number one, obviously. He is the first priority, should be taken care of soon. And then maybe Cole Holcomb. So, I guess that's the positive, if you will, of not having a franchise quarterback right now, is that for the next 4 years, when we get one, we possibly don't have to worry about paying a guy, unless obviously we trade for one of these guys out here, but it's more likely we will be drafting one of these young guys. But Terry McLaurin is a priority for Washington, so they'll be meeting with him tomorrow. But with today's video, Montez Sweat, we got some breaking news that the Washington Commanders will be picking up his fifth-year option, or at least plan to pick up his fifth-year option, and they have until May 3rd to decide on whether they are going to do that or not. And this shouldn't come to no surprise to anybody. I agree with this move 100%. Montez Sweat is now going to be under contract until 2023. It just feels like we just drafted this man. It feels like it was April 2019, and we just drafted Montez Sweat, but we traded back in the first round after taking Dwayne Haskins. Oh, man, I remember that night. I'm not gonna lie, I was excited, but this is where I don't watch college football like that. I was excited about Dwayne Haskins just because he was a brother and he was a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But little did we know, guys stunk. But we traded back in the first round, got Montez Sweat. Jay Gruden, it was rumors that he wanted to get Darnell Savage instead of Dwayne Haskins at 15. But neither here nor there. It just feels like we just drafted Tez, and now he is could be playing for a new contract. Just because we plan to exercise the fifth-year option doesn't mean he's going to make it to the fifth-year option. We could definitely extend him this offseason or next offseason. But worst case scenario, we have him for 2 more years. And again, I agree with this move. I think Tez hasn't proven that he is worthy of a second contract yet. But he also has proved that when he plays and he's healthy, he can be a game wrecker and a game changer for us, and he could be a potential guy that's going to get paid down the stretch and down the pipeline. So I agree with this move 100% if it in fact happens, because again, it says they're planning to use the fifth-year option on Tez, but they have a whole year to even decide that. I mean, this guy hasn't played his 4th year yet, and that's coming later this year in September. But again, worst case scenario, Tez will be here until 2023. Some other notes from the combine: we met with Malik Willis, or at least the Washington insiders met with Malik Willis. I know Washington has met with Desmond Ridder. The team has met with Desmond Ridder. Carson Strong is another guy. So we're doing our due diligence at the draft. Again, Ron Rivera, as he stated multiple times, nothing is off the table when it comes to getting him a quarterback. So again, although it's looking less like we will be trading for a top-tier quarterback and more like we'll be signing Mitchell Trubisky or trading for Jimmy Garoppolo or drafting one of these young guys, it's still open that we could get maybe Russell Wilson, even though he basically shot it down, saying that he loves in Seattle, he loves the West Coast. And I mean, obviously, what is he supposed to say on national TV? Oh, I want to get out of Seattle. I want to get a trade from Seattle. I don't want to be here anymore. What is he supposed to say? But at the same time, you got to take it for how it is, and it's not looking like Russell Wilson will be coming here to Washington, but again, we'll see. My expectations for Montez Sweat in 2022 is I expect a bounce back year. He did deal with a lot this past season, not just with injuries, but obviously some off the field personal things that he had going on with his brother and whatnot. So Montez is coming off of a tough year. But when he did play in like that Philly game, you could see how much we was missing him when he had the broken jaw. Tez is a game wrecker. You know what I'm saying? I still think he is super, super raw. He has a lot of potential, but we just need a right guy to pull it out of him. I don't know if Sam Mills is that guy or not. I actually don't believe he is. I think we need to find a new D-line coach, but obviously Ron Rivera is going to go with the same staff. So hopefully they could make some changes in 2022 to pull that potential out of Montez Sweat and Chase Young, because obviously these guys' potential is out the roof. We know that. We've seen it time and time again that 2020 season, and glimpses here and there from Montez Sweat in 2021. Really never saw it from Chase Young in 2021. But again, my expectations is I expect a big year from these guys. Although they are both coming off of mediocre years. Tez was okay, but not the season that I thought he was going to have. I'm still expecting a big year from these guys. More so Chase Young. Because again, you have to live up to that hype, Chase. Your number 2 overall pick, one defensive rookie of the year your first year. Then your second year, you tore your ACL and wasn't having a good year at all. So year 3, I'm expecting a huge year from Chase Young. He has to have it. He has to have it. Again, he has to have it because he's the number 2 overall pick, and he got to silence the critics. And not that this matters, but have you guys, and I don't know if you guys are big social media users or whatnot, but have you guys realized the amount of followers Chase Young lost? I mean, I remember he was closing in on 1 million followers, and now he's at 904,000 followers. I know that may not mean a lot to some of you guys, especially the older generation. It's like, who cares about that kind of stuff? But that goes to show you the fans that he's losing, the fake fair weather fans. I'm still riding with Chase. You guys know that's still my dog. But he has to have a big year this season. He has to. If, ands, or buts about it. So does Montez Sweat. I mean, we're expecting a lot from these guys. These are supposed to be our franchise pass rushers. These are supposed to be the leaders of our defense along with Jonathan Allen. And they didn't live up to that last year. But again, it happens. It happens. So, again, I'm expecting a big year for both of these guys. Washington plans to exercise Montez Sweat's 5th-year option. They're meeting with Terry McLaurin tomorrow. And again, the new league year is coming up, guys, and we'll be slowly getting into the thick of things once free agency hits. And I need you guys to do me a favor in the meantime. Go down below and leave some video ideas in the comment section so I could pump out these videos and get back to doing me. As always, it's me, your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. I'm out. Peace.